Hi, I'm Tim Bryan, and I teach accounting. I used to teach accounting and tax, but right now I'm just going to be teaching accounting. This class is intermediate accounting, which is the first financial accounting class beyond the introductory courses. It's often talked about as being kind of the weed out course for accounting majors. We've had typically up to 25% of the students drop. So, and it's been that way for 30 years. So it made me feel terrible when I first started, but then I decided I can't fix it. That's just the way it is. So one of the things as far as just, I'm trying to go through it, the navigation of it, this is the second online class that I've developed. And the first one I felt like I had too many things over here on the side. So I really reduced what I've done on this one compared to it. The other thing about it is I don't have modules because sometimes I'll teach this class, I may teach this class in the summer, I might teach it in a regular semester, and if I put them in modules, it's more difficult to change as opposed to if it's just, you know, if I've got a 5-week class, I just say, okay, we're doing chapters 1 through 6. So the organization of it is by each chapter, and each chapter is arranged basically the same way. I'll get down here to 1. It's got a to-do list just at the top of it that talks through what they need to do. There are PowerPoint slides associated with it, and I'll show you how that links to those. At least I hope it will. Then has the objectives that are covered. These are straight out of the textbook, really, as far as the course objectives. Then I have several different videos, and Larissa can tell you that we spent a lot of time in this room. I have no idea, how many total?
Oh, it's probably 35 to 40 videos.
Yeah, there's 12 chapters, and I would guess probably 5 per chapter. It might be more than that even as far as total.
Some only have 2, but yeah.
Some of them, and most of them, as you can see, are fairly short. This first one here is about 11.5 minutes long. That was some of the stuff I've read and talked about. They said keep them into small pieces, so I have just individual topics that I talk about. And most of them are like this first one, and that, hey, oh, I don't know how to get back. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I need to hit play. It has my lousy handwriting, and I guess
Well,
we don't need volume.
Audio, yeah. It does have audio in real life.
Yeah, it's got my, I mean, it's actually me writing, and you just hear me talking over it. I'm not going to try to mess with that. I just checked it at my office, and it's working fine.
Yeah.
And then just to try to add a little bit, I also try to put some, this is just a little bit of theory, and I try to put in stories. This is of me doing an inventory observation back about 25 years ago. So, and as you can tell, I'm a great artist. As an artist, I'm a pretty decent accountant. But most of them are arranged that way. I think I have to stop this time. Yeah. It just keeps right on going. Yeah. So most of them have these about 10-minute videos associated with it. So that's the lecture part of it. I try to, where they're interacting with me. And honestly, as far as, I'm going to probably skip ahead for a little bit on the perception. I'm really surprised how many students don't, click on these. I've got an introductory video that says, here's everything that there's going to be. And I had somebody just this last spring on my tax class where they went and they said, I'm having trouble figuring this out. And I said, well, did you watch the video on how to do that? And they said, what video? And this was like 9 weeks into the semester. I've got like hours of video for you to read, to listen to. So my one thing about it is that I honestly think this is a better class than my live class because I don't skip anything. Live class, sometimes I get off topic and it's like, okay, read that and we'll do it, but I haven't skipped anything here. All of the lectures are in there, but the students have to get there. And so the other thing within the online, I get a lot less interaction from the students. I send them out announcements every week or sometimes 2 or 3 times, and I tell them, call me constantly at the end of every video. If you're having any trouble with this, text me or send me an email or give me a phone call, and we'll walk through it. In most classes, I get probably 10% of the class or less that actually contacts me. And the other thing about the online that I've seen, I've been doing this for a year, right, is the student performance is not as good. I've taught 3 online sections side by side with the live section, and they're right at 10% all 3 semesters, lower grades. Exact same information, and I think honestly better information. So I'm not sold. I'm still doing it, but I'm not totally sold. So now back to the organization of it. Now, I do use my accounting language. It's provided by the textbook and the publisher, and it's very similar. If any of you have, there's a lot of my something labs from Pearson, and I have everything set up through here. There are homework assignments for every chapter that they can just do how many times they need to do it till they get it right. And then every chapter has a small quiz that's timed on just the topics, relatively straightforward, and repeating the exact information that basically the homework covered. And then at the end, about every 4 chapters, right? Yeah, 4 chapters we do, I'm sorry, 3 chapters, I have a test over all of it, and they're set up and timed based on the publisher's suggestion as far as times to take the test. They're typically 45 to 50-minute exams that they do. And then the one thing that's not in here yet, I do comprehensive final exams, and I wait until the end of the semester and I pick all the things they missed the most, and that goes on their final exam. But I do let them know which items were missed the most, and they're the exact same questions. Maybe the numbers are changed on the problems, but they're basically the same information on it. We do have a couple of live assignments that they have to prepare and submit online, and they've got, one of them has a rubric associated, well, they both have, the research ones have rubrics associated with them for them to do. The others are just calculate this ratio from a public company's financial statements, and they're right or wrong. There's really no rubric associated with it. In the review, they said I needed a rubric. I said, it's right or it's wrong. So I think it's fine. We did add a little bit of introduction and discussions within each chapter. A few of them in the review felt like, and now that I went back, I disagree with them. We already did it. But we didn't have enough interaction, things other than just contacting me and other than through emails and watching the videos. So we did have, 4 or 5 discussions within it. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any questions?
Comments?
Show me how you cited your video edu creation.
How'd I do it?
You had a citation underneath there.
Oh, I don't know.
Just a little detail.
These are all ones I created. So
That's all where you had the time for each video and underneath.
It was the date, his name, the date, the title, and then
I named all the videos.
Yeah.
And I guess, it's just it's public information, I guess. Well, I don't know. They're on a private site.
Yeah,
Correct.
the creation.
So there. I think the very first, the ones you're looking at there, that may be the only one that I have PowerPoint slides on.
Yeah.
Are there any others that I did that way? All the rest I'm just talking and writing, which is how I teach my class. I just write. I hardly ever use PowerPoints. And sometimes I'm better at staying on topic when I'm using PowerPoints, but any other questions?
I just want to make one quick comment. I think I really love the idea of the chunks topic videos. I think that's probably much easier for students to digest versus, one long 40 or 50-minute, lecture that they have to try to watch online. But I think it's a great idea, great job.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I agree. I think the videos, which seems to be the core learning activity or instructional tool for your course, is really strong. Do you have closed captioning on them?
No.
Not on
Okay.
The one thing that's been brought up, and basically it's if we have somebody that we're notified, then the disability resources are going to do it. Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's already been arranged that I don't have anyone on the class this fall that's going to need it. So it's,
Okay. I was just wondering, did you have to do it for each one of them since it's something that...
if need be, yes, apparently the resources will do it. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, with EduCreations, I don't really, besides just uploading a transcript that's separate, a document that's separate from it, it doesn't really scroll on the page. So that's the only thing using EduCreations.
Oh, okay.
But if you have an outline of points that you talk about, then that's at least a starting point for whenever you develop your lectures.
The other thing, just to let you know, the videos have I mean, I write everything down that I'm saying for the most part. I mean, I'm walking through it and I'm saying it and I'm also writing it down at the same time. Now they maybe don't get my stupid stories that I throw in there, but
And that's also best practice too. Anytime you're using an interactive whiteboard, you know, not just writing down the number 2, but saying that it is number 2 helps a lot too.
just to let you, other things, just to make it easier if they have trouble getting my handwriting or something like that. I designed it, I'm using problems out of their textbook, but if the text changes, but the theory didn't, I don't want to have to redo them just because the problem isn't there. So at the end of every chapter, and I mentioned it within, I thought it was attached, yeah. For every problem, I'm going through a problem that's actually in the book and it's attached to the video. So they can pull that up and take a look at it. So that's the problem that I'm working on. And see how I've got it circled that says that's the one I'm doing. So even if the numbers change a year from now, my video's still good. You know, they don't have to use their textbook. It's there and they can see the handwriting that I'm hopefully, because my handwriting stinks.
Yeah.
Well, I really like that you took a picture of the textbook. That is very helpful. And also, if like Educreation is one app, but also Explain Everything is another one. So for the captioning issue, Explain Everything, you can like upload the video to YouTube, and then from YouTube, then it does the automatic captioning, and then you can kind of like fix it from there. So that's another option.
I've never had a hearing impaired student. I have vision impaired ones that I had to do a lot with. This last semester, so I had to be real careful where I had. I'm letting sit up closer. I had all the text in great big letters, but I've never had hearing. I'm sure it will.
In the videos, the face-to-face class will probably be.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you were here too, so that we got to see. He's thinking about doing the Educreation whiteboard.
I thought it worked fine. You can. The only thing that I didn't notice first, you can hear him hitting the thing the whole time while I'm writing. All right.
All right. Well, thank you. Any other questions or comments or anything?
I just had a quick one for the resource, Laura, that you just gave, the Explain Everything resource. Does USI have a subscription to that we could then use?
No, we have a few iPads with Explain Everything. Is that right, Larissa?
Yeah, we have 3 iPads that have it uploaded already. So if you wanted to, we can give you our iPads that already have it uploaded.
And the more you use it, the more we can then
justify.
Yeah. I mean, we are looking to hopefully get more iPads too and more Apple Pencils, because that's what, I don't think we mentioned that, but in Tim's recording, he used the Apple Pencil to do the recordings with.
Right.
And it pairs real easily with it. I mean, it's nice because you can set your hand on it and it won't pick up the extra navigation of like having your palm on it.
You can also use it exactly like you're writing on the whiteboard. So I could draw a little picture and then erase it really quickly and continue on. And if they want to go back, they can go back to it. So plus it scrolls really long probably.
Yeah. Yeah, we noticed that too. It scrolls down quite a ways. And then also what's nice about Educreations is, I think you saw one of them, but they also have lined backgrounds, or they could do graphs or charts real easy too. And so I think it was on this page that you showed. Yeah. Do you see this one has the lined background on it?
Yeah.
That was to help me. Drawing within the lines, you know.